So we're going to imagine that we've carried out a titration, and we've got a mock set of results, example set of results. Now, in the burette we had some acid, and we knew the concentration of the acid. What we don't know yet, though, is the volume of acid needed of that concentration, and that's what we're going to work out here. In the pipette, or in the conical, and we use the pipette to fill the conical, we've got an alkali of known volume, 25 centimeters cubed. What we don't know of this one is the concentration. So a set of results might look like this one. The first thing to note is that the first titer is always a rough titer, and we don't use this one in our calculations. This is just used as a guide to determine a rough value for when we need to start slowing down the addition of the acid from the burette, until eventually we add a single drop of the acid to determine the permanent colour change. So we might set up the burette, and each time we could start from a reading of 0. Now we can read a burette accurately to within plus or minus 0.05 of a centimetre cubed. So therefore our readings, our results, have to be written out to 2 decimal places, 3 significant figures. So looking down this column here, it's very easy just to write down 0, but we have to be very precise, we have to be very clear about we did start at 0, we just didn't forget to write down the other 2 zeros. And if we look around the table again, we can see that this one also is missing a 0. So just make sure that you keep on top of that slight problem. Now the next thing to do is to look at the initial volume and the final volume, and then work out what the actual volume added was. What you then need to do is to find or keep repeating the titration until you get 2 concordant results. Now if we look down this set of results here, we can see that we don't use this one. We could use any of these 3. We need to find one that is within 0.1 of each other. So it's this one and this one, and it's always good to highlight which are your concordant results. So now what we need to do is to find out the mean titer. That's the volume of acid needed to neutralise 25 centimeters cubed of this alkali, and we work that out by adding the 2 together and then dividing by 2. So our mean titer is 25.95 centimeters cubed. So now what we've got is we've got a concentration of acid and a volume of acid, and we've got a volume of alkali, so the only thing that we need to work out now is the concentration.